Welcome to another episode of the Rhythm of the Road podcast. This podcast is not just about the journey, but also about the growth, transformation, and self-discovery that comes with life on the proverbial road. Grab a cup of joe, buckle up, and let's embark on a journey of self-discovery, creativity, and entrepreneurship. Let's get rolling.
I wanted to just give you that moment. I wanted to give you 20 seconds in your day that you probably don't even ever give yourself. And one thing I wanted to talk about today is just this idea that silence is music too. And whether that music is something you turn on, something you turn off, your music could be whatever the background is of your day, how it's running, how it's going. Some could even say silence is just taking a break or taking a nap or hitting the pause button for just a moment. One of my favorite things to use in music as a creator, or even in a conversation, or if I'm speaking on stages, is just this idea of silence. People need a break. Their ears need a break, their brain needs a break. You need a break. Take it. It's amazing what just 15 to 20 seconds of what most of you, when you do it the first time, will consider extremely uncomfortable, is just taking that silence, taking that break. And what I really challenge you to do as you're using silence or using that break or using that moment is allow yourself, give yourself the permission to shut that brain off. Now, some of you might be saying, you're crazy, you're nuts. Even you are running at a million miles an hour, Jeremy. Well, that might be true, and maybe it's not so much about shutting it off, but hitting the pause button. Now, I know if I'm talking to males or talking to females, that's a harder task than one or the other, right? Males have something called a nothing box. If you don't know what it is, go ask your best friend. It's literally, we can shut off our brains and go into a nothing box and think about literally nothing. The female DNA has a hard time doing that because there's just so many things going on and managing so many things. And so silence is an opportunity to try to practice that. Now, I don't want you to think like I'm trying to promote some sort of mindfulness technique or like I'm asking you to meditate or that. Those words actually seem to stress some people out. And many people who are high performers or high achievers or like they're running multiple businesses, they have all sorts of things going on during the day. The fact that I even say those words just literally makes them cringe. And that's not the point. And I think two things. One is I think they cringe a little bit because there's fear around that moment of stopping. And whether that's fear of missing out or fear of like, I'll forget something or I won't do something. I think the other side is just like, they're not really sure what to do. Like, what do I do? Well, the point is nothing. The point is to do nothing. You're not supposed to do anything. You're supposed to just exist. You're supposed to be. Give yourself a moment, not to slow down, but to just give yourself a second to pause. Here's how silence can be so powerful in your day. Give yourself a few markers during the day. Even some people will set reminders on their phone. Some people, there's apps out there for that, like the Calm app. I know there's other timer kinds of apps. There's other, I don't want to use it again, but mindfulness type of apps where they'll just give you little prompts throughout the day. I even have an app on my Apple Watch, and I think it comes just standard, which is part of like the health and wellness app, which just tells you to breathe. Like breathing is something we do innately and subconsciously all day long. In fact, if you're not breathing, well, you're probably not listening to this podcast or even watching it because you don't have the ability. So stop for that moment. Take that moment of silence throughout the day. Take 10 seconds. It doesn't have to be massive amounts, but I guarantee you it's going to give your mind an opportunity to slow down so you can speed up. What do I mean by that? So if I'm going to slow down just for a moment and give myself a chance to just take in silence, just take a moment of pause, that's going to increase the amount of productivity I'm going to have in the day. Not because I need to work right up to the silence and work as soon as I get out of it, but it gives your brain a chance to physically reset, stop, pause. Take that moment. I watched the timer while I just did that. That was literally 2 seconds. It didn't feel uncomfortable to me because I could sit here for 10, 15, 25, 45 seconds and I'm okay with silence. It's comfortable to me because I've practiced it. I put little things in place over time and gave myself that opportunity to practice it, let it flow. And then when I need to engage, I am willing and ready. I can be intentional with that time. And it helps me just pace out my day that much better. So do me a favor. Try it for a week. Let me know what your thoughts are. What were your uncomfortable points? Or did you actually find something that helped you get through your day better, or the week better, or make better decisions, or be better in the moment? Here's a pro tip. If you're in a conversation and you have a feeling that it's going to get a little heated or uncomfortable, or it might lead to something that feels negative, just pause. Silence is one of the most powerful things you can do when you're in a situation where it might feel uncomfortable. Mostly because it gives your brain a chance to think about where it actually wants to go and what it actually wants to say. The other thing it gives that other person an opportunity to rethink what they might say or do because they're waiting for your response, thinking that it's going to be immediate and aggressive. Doing the complete opposite will throw them off their guard and allow for more of a conversation rather than somebody stepping into what may feel like you're butting head to head. So think about that. Take this week, give yourself a chance, take 5 to 10 seconds a few times a day, set that timer, and just try to think about nothing. And don't even try, just sit there and breathe. You can close your eyes, you can go to a space, but I'm trying to make this something that's easy, tangible, attainable, and makes it so that you're not stressing yourself out about something that you're supposed to help yourself relax. I know that many of you, even listening to this episode, I guarantee are like, when am I going to fit that into my day? How do I schedule it? Where do I put that on my calendar? I can't section out 30 seconds on my calendar and then go to the next thing. You've already defeated the purpose. Take the second, take the moment, just try it. There you go. I just gave you 10 seconds in your day. And if that felt like the longest 10 seconds of your day, try it again a little bit later. Let me know what you think. Please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button right down here. I really appreciate you listening and watching. Make sure you share this with somebody. I'm guarantee you know 10 people that are doing and thinking exactly the way you just were. So let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what else you'd like to hear. Where are you struggling? What do you need help with? Or where are you celebrating? It doesn't always have to be something bad. Where are you celebrating? I'd love to hear about it. Put it in the comments below. Send me an email. Let's connect, and we'll see what we can do on the next episode of Rhythm of the Road podcast.
Thanks for cruising with me on this episode of Rhythm of the Road. Remember, the journey itself is the destination. Until next time, keep the rhythm flowing, and we'll see you down the road.